Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Why did I do that? Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to be doing a cross stitch pattern, and I'm really excited because cross stitching is one of my favorite hobbies. It's really easy. Anybody can do it as long as you can follow a pattern, which is not very hard. So that's what I really like about cross stitching. Today we're going to be doing this pattern. I'll show you on the screen. This is from The Legend of Zelda, and that's my favorite video game series ever, and I love it. So I thought this would be really cute to hang up like in our game room or wherever. So I have the supplies all ready to go. This is my fabric with my hoop. I've already gone ahead and sewn the edges so that it won't fray, because that's like the worst part about cross stitching, and that's boring, so I didn't film that. But I have the pattern here, and I have like the key for all the threads, and then we have, you know, all the fun little colors. I'm using DMC threads for this. I went ahead and got them at Hobby Lobby. That's where I got that, and I got these off of Amazon. I have like a pack of a bunch of these. It's pretty stiff, so it's not like the best quality ever, but it's not bad at all. This is what I'm used to working with anyways. So for the pattern, I found it on Pinterest. I was looking for cross stitch ideas on Pinterest, and I saw this pattern, and someone was selling it on Etsy for $4.50 USD. So I went ahead and bought it. It looks really easy so far. I think everything is just a cross stitch. There's no fancy stitching on this at all, which is very nice. So if you're a beginner, this is great. The one thing I don't like about it is if you like printing out your patterns, this would be great if you just used it off the computer, but if you like printing out your patterns, they have it only in like 10 different pages, where usually a pattern will be split into 4 or 2 depending on the size, and this one's not very big. It could have definitely been split into 2. They just like really enlarged it, so I had to print out a bunch of pages, which is fine. It just uses a lot of ink, so that's one thing to note. This pattern's really good if you're going to be like just doing it off the computer screen, but if you have to print it out, be prepared for a lot of pages. But there's not that many colors in it. It's not that big. My goal is probably to, it's a circular pattern as you saw, so my goal is probably to just like trim the excess and keep it in an embroidery hoop to hang it on the wall, because I think that would be really cute. But I think that's everything, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I have found the center of my fabric and also the center of my pattern, since you always want to work from the middle out so that you can make sure everything fits on your fabric. There's a couple methods to starting that people use. Some people tie the end of their thread in a knot and then they just pull up, but I like to stitch over the back of my thread. So that's how I'll do all the new stitches in this piece. Okay, I just changed the lighting. Hopefully this is much better. Hopefully the camera angle's good too. This is obviously the first time I've ever done this, but I think this will look better. I just started the next color. So let's keep going. One important thing to note with cross stitching if you're new is you always want your stitches to go in the same direction. So I always start with it going from either top right to bottom left or bottom left to top right, depending on where my last stitch was, to bottom right to top left. So I always go this way then that way, if that makes sense. So everything looks very neat. I feel like I've been doing this so long and this is all I've got. It looks really clean though. I'm proud of my stitches. But that's the outline of Zelda's head. So we're getting there. Okay, I think I'm gonna start doing around Zelda's body and hair and everything. So I am going to do brown hair instead of blonde. I'll just kind of show you a little bit. So where it's lighter, I'm gonna replace it with a light brown and then dark with a darker brown. So hopefully I don't mess up how this looks. I just picked 2 brown colors that I had, so we're just gonna go with it. Look how scary the face is so far. That's not the actual eyes and smile, I promise. Zelda / me is done. I don't know why I thought this pattern was going to be smaller, but looks good so far. This has taken me hours already. Okay, we're back. It's day 3. Hold up, it's day 3. I off camera yesterday did a bunch of grass. I did all of this all over here. There is so much just like plain grass stitching in this piece, and it's taken me hours and hours to just do this, so I can't film everything, so I'm just gonna film the most exciting parts, I guess. So right now I'm gonna do Link in this little area, so let's do that. Link is done. It's so cute! Now you just have, you know, everything else. I might fill in this spot, and then at least a good chunk will be done. Time for the dirt. Okay, so it's been a bit, but I have finally finished all of the grass, which is like over half of this cross stitch is just grass. There's a ton of it. There's the parts that I will need to go in and fill in at the end, but I thought it'd be fun to finally do something else. So we're gonna do the building, which is the last big part. So let's just get started with that. I am excited to not be doing grass anymore. I just realized I did all of this wrong. This is supposed to be on a lower part that comes down, and I just read it wrong, so I have to undo just this part probably. Okay, I'm done goofing, and we are... Oh, my hair was all over my microphone. Okay, we are done goofing, and I am back on track. So, let's keep going. Okay, you guys, we are so stinking close. We just have a little bit left of the building and then filling in everything down here. Maybe we can get it done today, but at the very latest, it'll be done tomorrow. I am pumped. It's looking really cute. Okay, the lettering is done. I am so happy. So there's only a couple things left to do, just a little bit of grass and like 2 flowers. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and do that off camera, as well as finish this. So I'm gonna have it in this hoop, and then it's gonna be in there hanging on the wall. So I'm gonna have to sew this back and finish all of this, which I've never done before. So I'm gonna do it off camera so I can learn. But yeah, it's basically done. I'm so excited.
Okay, you guys, it's finally finished. This has taken me so much longer than I thought it would. I like saw the measurements, like when I bought the pattern, it had like the dimensions, and I was like, oh, that's so small, that'll be fast. Apparently I don't know how to measure, so it's quite big. Well, it's not that big. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would. I thought I would be done in a week. This took me like 3+ weeks of working on it, like nonstop every day almost. It's not that it was hard, it just takes a long time to do that many stitches. Anyways, it's finished. So we'll show you here. I tried to take like an artsy shot of it. We'll see how that worked out, but that's here. Anyways, I thought I would give my final thoughts. I'll show it to you here as well. Like, look at that. That's bigger than my whole, I don't know how to hold straight. It's bigger than my whole face. I think it's really cute. I like how it turned out a lot. So there's a few things that I didn't realize while I was doing this, such as don't mix 2 different brands of floss. So they're like the same color. You can probably see it here. Yeah, they're like the same color, but you can totally tell that they're like a different kind of floss. And I already had this one. See, it's like you can see that difference, right? I'm not crazy. It's easier to see in person, but like you can tell where I used that floss versus where I bought different one. I was like, oh, it's the same color, I'll just use it. Don't do that. If you have a project where there's just like a bunch of one color, don't mix brands. Fun fact, I learned that. But one other thing also with this pattern is I used size 14 Aida fabric, and that's made it this size. But if you decide that this is a project you want to do and you like this pattern, just be aware if you choose size 14 fabric like I did, and you want to keep it in a hoop, if this doesn't matter if you don't want to keep it in a hoop, but if you want to keep it in a hoop, that made this like a size 8.5 inch hoop, which I literally could not find anywhere. I could not find an 8.5 inch hoop. So Colby altered my 9-inch hoop to make it smaller to fit. You can't even tell. He literally like cut it and glued it back together. I don't know. That's not something that I would probably be able to do on my own. So just be aware if you want to do this project, maybe don't do size 14 if you want to keep it in a hoop. Maybe do a bigger count. They didn't say anything about that on the pattern, so I had no idea. Otherwise, I probably would have done it a different size, but that's okay. Also, I've never kept a project in a hoop before, so I kind of want to show you my finishing job. I'd say it's pretty decent. I did it off camera because I had never done it before, so I was like, we're not gonna learn right now on camera, but I think I did pretty decent. I'm really happy with how it turned out, other than just like the being able to tell the fabric differences for like the grass or the thread differences. But honestly, that's just like a little nitpicky thing, so not a big deal. But I really like how it turned out. I'm excited to hang it up somewhere in our house, probably in our living room. I don't know, I just think it's really cute. I don't know what else to say about it. It's really cute. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been quite the journey. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a lot more difficult to record cross-stitching than I expected, like way more difficult. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to keep up with what else we're doing, other projects, vlogs, whatever. If you enjoy Zelda like I do, feel free to follow us on Twitch because sometimes I stream it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!